Welcome back. Choral Celebration Network Foundation is a non-profit company that aims to make choral music accessible to all who have an interest or talent, leaving no part of South Africa untouched. The founder, Alta Murray, has created a platform where choirs will be able to celebrate music together, build networks, regardless of background and experience. The foundation has an upcoming festival this weekend at the Linden Auditorium, which includes choirs from all over Gauteng. To share more on opportunities afforded to the choirs and the festival, we're joined by founder Alta Murray, as well as Khomoso Moloko from Dodusa Serenade Choir. Very good morning to you too. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome. Thank you so much.
Thank you
Great
very
stuff.
much.
Alta, I'm going to start with you. Just take us through the work of the CCNF and the kind of work that this organization does.
Yeah, we started after the World Choir Games in 2018 when I was the local program director on the International Organizing Committee. And then a lot of the choirs contacted me and say, why don't we do something to engage more choirs in singing? Yeah. And we then founded the public benefit organization with the aim to not compete, to just celebrate, to have choirs come together, bring their little piece of magic to the stage. And we also broke the norm in the sense that we said it needs to be interesting for the audience to bring them to come and listen. So we mix it up. It's all ages, all genres, anybody who want to sing contacted us and we said, let's sing. And we put them in a program that's interesting for the audience. And we just have loads of fun celebrating choral music.
Right, right. So what have you observed in terms of the level of interest for people wanting to sing choral music?
I think choral music and choral singing is an integral part of our DNA as South Africans. Yes. We always sing. When we're happy, we sing. When we're sad, we sing.
You sing in the shower.
You sing in the shower. You sing at every single location. So in a choral setup, I think the conductors are community leaders that actually bring people together, create a safe space where they feel comfortable to be who they are and just sing their hearts out. So sing the music that is true to them as a person. And that way we really embrace the diversity of music in our country.
Indeed, indeed. Khomoso, how did you find out about the CCNF?
Yeah, so we were invited by Alti. And it is quite a privilege, I don't want to lie to you. So we've prepared extensively. So my leader says, Zobabasa.
Right?
Okay. So we got an invite from CCF and then we gladly accepted and we were like, yeah, we're coming through.
Okay, when you say we, who is we?
Oh, Dodusa Serenade.
Dodusa Serenade.
Serenade, yes,
okay.
Yes. That's a community choir from township in the Eguruleni region. Yeah, so it's called Dodusa Serenade. We've been in existence since 2005.
Is it?
Yeah, so we are quite excited because this exposes us to so many sounds and people, and it expands our network as well.
Yeah. So how was the Dodusa formed? I mean, who is it made of? Is it community members or is it just about anybody who is interested in singing choral music?
Yeah, so we do a wide range of things. It's choral music, gospel music, and folklore music.
I see.
So yeah, it's community members who want to be part of the group. So ages, we don't really say that you can only... we have people as young as 40 and a lady who's 60 years old. So yeah, it's quite an interesting group, yeah.
Okay. Alta, just how important is networking? And I mean, how do you ensure that all choirs get the necessary exposure through networking?
Yeah, I come from a business background, so I firmly believe in the value of your networks that you build. Sure. And I think in the choral industry specifically, the networks that the conductor builds creates opportunities for his choir. So we try to go outside of the box and try and invite choirs from all societies and cultures and religions and put them together so that they meet each other. I think that way we also create a little bit of understanding of different cultures. And because we allow the singers to sit inside the auditorium, they see each other perform and they start to say, wow, that's interesting. I never even knew about that type of choral music in the industry. So networks is for me the baseline of all the success that choirs can have.
Indeed, yeah, networks are very important, not just in this industry, in just about every industry.
I agree.
Yeah. When you're starting a business, whether you want to form an arts academy, networking is key.
Absolutely.
So I understand you have a festival coming up today and tomorrow at the Linden Auditorium.
Yeah, we are very excited. This is actually our 7th festival, but it's the first one after all the restrictions have been lifted. And one of our key requirements was for festivals is that the choirs must see each other perform, because normally at events they will be in a holding room at backstage. They will come up for their 15 minutes and then they will leave. So tonight is the first evening where we will have all the choirs sitting inside the auditorium. We have 9 choirs performing tonight and with a full audience. So it's going to be one spectacular festival. We are very excited.
You just mentioned the restrictions. How has COVID-19 affected the choir and the industry as a whole?
I think it was one of the industries that was the worst affected, because since March 2020 nobody could rehearse because choirs singers were seen as super spreaders. We didn't have any events since March 2020. Choirs couldn't rehearse, no festivals. For some of the choirs performing tonight, it will be the first time in 2.5 years that they perform in front of an audience. So it is just such an uplifting experience for us to be able to host this and to see the joy returning and the nervousness and the performance quality returning. So it's really fantastic.
I can imagine. Khomotso, just take us through how you've been assisted by Alta Mare's organization as Dodusa Serenade Choir.
Yeah, I mean, as she said, networking. So myself, I am a student at WITS, so I was part of the WITS choir. So I understand the extent and the exposure that they have and the opportunities. So now us being in close proximity with those people is just a privilege all around. So we will learn, as you've mentioned, how other people conduct themselves, how other people do music, and that's just a wealth of knowledge and information that we wouldn't otherwise have been exposed to.
So how has your group improved, or how has it become better since being affiliated to CCNF?
Yeah. I mean, we are going to be doing the festival today. So the only thing I can the only testimony I can give is the preparation we've been doing. Because just the pressure of us, being part of the festival gives us so much energy to do work. As you said, we were restricted. We did not rehearse, but now we have been rehearsing intensely. And
speaking of preparations, what's the level of preparations? I mean, what goes into such preps? What do you guys do?
Yeah, man, I mean, it's the music itself. We make sure that we check every note, every line of the music. We make sure that every move, choreography is on point. So we redo many times just so that we are perfect on stage. So yeah, that's what we do. And we've been doing that for the past 2 weeks. Yeah.
Indeed. Now, Alta, so other choirs interested in getting in touch with the CCNF, how do they go about doing that?
I suggest that they send us an email. I never turn choirs away. So if you send an email to info@ccnf.co.za, we will see in which region you are, wherever across the country, and we will then tie you up with a festival. And what we are also aiming to do this year is we are launching a big project in October where we invite choirs to be part of a huge development project, and we're building this massive 1,000 choir, and it breaks up into 4 mass choirs of primary school, high school and adult singers. And the aim is that let's get together, let's sing together, let's make music together, because that is how we all grow and learn from each other. And you create a totally diverse audience.
So are there any restrictions or, like what are the requirements in terms of inviting some of the choirs to be part of CCNF?
The base requirement is you must be a choir. And if we had small community choirs who came for the first time that was very nervous and very scared to perform. And for a lot of choirs, it's the first time that they will perform in an auditorium like the Linden Auditorium, which is a world-class venue.
So it doesn't matter whether they're a new choir, newly formed?
Nothing at all. So you go there
and the size of the choir, does it also count?
No, we from small ensembles of 12 singers to massive choirs of 120 singers. So there's no restrictions. We want you to be authentically you, bring your group and come perform your music for the audience. That is our requirement. We don't want you to try and be something you are not.
You're not, yeah.
We want to see the true essence of South Africa. And I think when you look internationally, the warmth and the energy of South African choirs is what distinguishes us on the international stage.
Okay, this is so cool. This is very interesting. Just please share the email address again.
info@ccnf.co.za.
Okay. All right. Now, Omoto, do you feel that the country's authorities, in particular the Department of Arts and Culture, is giving, the attention that it needs to give to choral music, or is it focusing on the other sectors or other genres?
I mean, you see, festivals like this one give exposure even to the government, that they begin to see that we take this thing very serious and it's development for a lot of groups. And if they are not doing enough currently, because I am sure there's choirs that have been supported before. I know my choir has been supported by the NLDTF once. So authorities do support groups like ours who do choral music. So I think if it has not been to the extent, a great extent, these festivals, they provide such a platform that see
They
us,
do,
we are here,
yeah.
and we want you to support us.
Yeah. Festivals of this nature are a great platform for development, especially for the young chorists and choristers. That is,
Hey, sure.
Right. But thank you so much for joining us. We do appreciate your time. Hey,
Really
So just a quick one. What should we expect today?
Siyababasa. Yeah.
All right, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. This weekend, the 30th and the 31st of July, CCNF will host the 7th and the 8th festival. This will be held at the Linden Auditorium, and it will include choirs from all over Gauteng. We just spoke to founder Alta Marais and Homoto Moloko from Dodusa Serenade Choir.